This presentation will provide a walkthrough of how payers, pharmacy benefit managers, and medical review organizations request and manage access to onboard limited release through the medical portal. I'll start by sharing information on who can register for access to onboard limited release, how to register and access the new system, and we'll step through the various user roles in onboard limited release, including how payers can assign these roles for the handling of prior authorization requests, or PARs. At the end of this walkthrough, I will also be sharing contact information for help regarding the registration process and where to find other onboard resources for payers. Let's begin with a breakdown of who needs access to onboard limited release, starting with payers. For claim administrators, meaning insurers, self-insured entities, or third-party administrators, access to onboard limited release is granted using organizational profiles based on e-claims trading partner information similar to the drug formulary administration used today. The online user administrator for the medical portal will automatically be granted access to receive PAR notification emails, add PAR workload administrators, add PAR Level 1 and Level 2 reviewers, and add additional user administrators. This can be done using the Medical Portal Administrator login page on the board's website. Existing Medical Portal users will continue to use their same ny.gov ID and password. Now let's move on to medical review organizations. A payer may designate a medical review organization to review their PARs. Medical review organizations must first complete the online Medical Review Organization Medical Portal registration process found on the board's website. And lastly, pharmacy benefit managers, or PBMs. PBMs may be designated by the payer to review Level 1 medication PARs. The PBM must complete the online PBM Medical Portal registration process on the board's website before a payer can designate them as a reviewer. PBMs with access to the current drug formulary application will automatically be given access to onboard limited release and will not need to submit a new request for access. Existing payer designations will also automatically continue. To begin the registration process, go to wcb.ny.gov/medicalportal and select Access and Administration under Payers. Next, select Accessing the Medical Portal in the navigation column on the left. Select either Medical Review Organization Medical Portal Registration or PBM Medical Portal Registration at the top of this page. After selecting either of these links, the registration process will begin. To register for the medical portal, medical review organizations and pharmacy benefit managers will need to submit the following information. Organization information, such as federal tax identification number, organization name, and organization address. User information. As part of the registration process, organizations must identify at least one user administrator and may also designate additional user administrators, workload administrators, and reviewers. This will be detailed shortly. Information required for each user includes name, address, phone number, and email address. After a registration is submitted, it will take 3 to 5 days for the board to complete the review. Once approved, emails will be sent to each user designated in the application with their ny.gov ID, temporary password, and additional instructions related to their role. Onboard limited release requires payers to assign users to various roles. These roles are responsible for providing prior authorization request reviews and is very similar to the drug formulary administration process that many of you are already familiar with. First, let's define what each role is, and then walk through how online or user administrators assign these roles. There are various roles in the system who can request access for users, assign PARs to users who are designated for Level 1 or Level 2 review, or are designated to conduct Level 1 and Level 2 reviews on PARs for which they are assigned. The first role we will review today is the Payer Online or User Administrator. The responsibilities of the payer online administrator are to request access for users and user administrators, assign users to workload administrator level 1 and level 2 reviewer roles, provide email contacts for PAR notifications, designate an MRO for PAR reviews, designate a PBM for level 1 medication PAR reviews, update user information as necessary, and remove users who should no longer have access to the system. The workload administrator, who is created by the payer online administrator, will be responsible for reviewing and assigning all submitted PARs based on the assigned workload administrator role. There are a few types of workload administrator roles. The MTG non-MTG workload administrators assign MTG confirmation, MTG variants, MTG special services, non-MTG over 1,000, and non-MTG under or equal 1,000 PARs to appropriate reviewers. Medication workload administrators assign medication PARs to appropriate reviewers. DME workload administrators assign DME PARs to appropriate reviewers. Workload administrators may have more than one role, and payers should ensure that there is a workload administrator for all PAR types. Workload administrators will change designated or delegated reviewers due to situations such as a delegate being absent from work or a change in a delegate's role within the organization. PBM workload administrators will only be able to view medication PARs. Next, we'll review the responsibilities of the payer Level 1 and Level 2 reviewers. Level 1 reviewers are responsible for the PAR review performed by the payer or can be delegated to a medical review organization or pharmacy benefit manager for medication PARs. This role will be designated and assigned Level 1 requests by the payer workload administrator. There is a Level 1 reviewer role for each PAR type. Level 2 reviewers are responsible for the PAR review performed by the insurer's physician or can be delegated to a medical review organization. Please see Subchapter M of Chapter 5 of Title 12 of NYCCR Part 441.1G for the definition of the insurer's physician. This role will review Level 2 requests as designated and assigned by the workload administrator. There is a Level 2 reviewer role for each PAR type. Next, we'll review the Medical Review Organization Online User Administrator role. This role will request access for users and user administrators, assign users to Workload Administrator Level 1 and Level 2 reviewer roles, update user information as necessary, and remove users who should no longer have access to the system. MROs will also have a Workload Administrator role. The workload administrator will receive and assign all submitted PARs, and they may change delegated reviewers due to situations such as a delegate being absent from work or a change in a delegate's role within the organization. MROs will have Level 1 reviewers. These roles will review Level 1 requests as designated and assigned by the payer's workload administrator. The Medical Review Organization's Level 2 reviewer will review Level 2 requests as designated and assigned by the payer's workload administrator. Pharmacy benefit managers will have an online user administrator, a workload administrator, and a Level 1 reviewer role. The online user administrator will request access for users and user administrators, assign users to workload administrator and Level 1 reviewer roles for medication PARs, update user information as necessary, and remove users who should no longer have access to the system. The workload administrator will receive and assign all medication PARs and change delegated reviewers due to situations such as a delegate being absent from work or a change in a delegate's role in the organization. The Level 1 reviewer will review Level 1 medication PARs as designated and assigned. Now that we've defined the roles that will be used in Onboard Limited Release, we will walk you through the steps to assign users to these role types and receive notifications for all PAR types. First, online user administrators will log in by visiting the medical portal page on the board's website, and in the Payers section, select the Access and Administration link. On the next page, select Online Administration and then the Administrator Login link. You will use your existing ny.gov credentials for the medical portal to log in here. You will land on the navigation page shown here. This is where you can select each PAR role and begin entering information for notification contacts and user roles. Let's review the administration process for assigning notification contacts. Online user administrators must enter email addresses for the contacts in Level 1, Level 2, Order of the Chair, and Final Determination notifications. To show a quick example, let's select the Level 1 under MTG Confirmation. Once selected, it will show a list of organizations assigned for MTG Confirmation Level 1 notifications. On this page, you can update the current email to a new email or add new contact information for MTG Confirmation Level 1. The online user administrator must also enter designated staff for each type of PAR review. As an example, we want to see who is currently a Level 1 reviewer for non-MTG over $1,000, and then add or modify current users. After selecting Level 1 reviewers, we now see 3 sections beginning with the registered users designated for that level of review. And here is where you can remove or modify existing users. Next, you will see registered users who are not designated for Level 1 reviews. You can select Add for any of these users, and they will be added as a Level 1 reviewer for non-MTG over $1,000. And lastly, at the bottom, you will see a button to add a new user. To add a new user, you will just need to enter the required information: first and last name, address, phone number, and email address. All of the information I just walked through about assigning and managing roles is available on the medical portal web pages by visiting wcb.ny.gov/medicalportal, selecting the Access and Administration link under the Payers section, and selecting the Roles section on that page shown here. That concludes this walkthrough on how to register, access, and manage user roles in Onboard Limited Release through the medical portal. For more information, you can visit the Medical Portal Access for Payers page by visiting wcb.ny.gov/medicalportal. For general questions regarding the registration process, please call customer service at 877-632-4996. For technical assistance, you can contact WCB Customer Support at wcb.ny.gov. And for general information about Onboard, you can visit wcb.ny.gov/onboard or email onboard@wcb.ny.gov.